Welcome to Louisiana Travel. And now that Mardi Gras is behind us, we kick off the fairs and festival season. And I have the two ladies here today with us. Tell us all about that and tell us what position you hold in that organization.
Well, Billy, thank you for having us. My name is Caitlin Calhoun, and I am the president of the Louisiana Association of Fairs and Festivals.
And I'm Melissa Dottolo. I'm the past president of Louisiana Association of Fairs and Festivals.
And we just had a great party. The passion and love in that room in Baton Rouge was incredible. Fairs and festivals from all over the state. Tell us what we're looking for this year and what we can expect.
Well, fairs and festivals are back, first of all, which is so exciting after everything that we've been through and all of our members have been through over the last couple of years. So we are looking forward to a very busy spring festival season here in Louisiana.
So give me some of the highlights of some of the key ones. I know the listeners are always looking for things to do around Louisiana, and this is something on any given weekend. There's many things going on in every corner of the state because of the fairs and festivals.
Yes. Well, we have this great brochure that we have at all the travel centers throughout the state of Louisiana that lists our over 125 members, and it shows their dates, and it's all listed by month. So you can look at each particular month and say, ooh, we've got 6 fairs and festivals this weekend and 7 the following weekend, and just keep going from there. I mean, there's never a dull weekend in Louisiana.
You know, we like to say if you can eat it, catch it, shoot it, or dance to it, we name a festival after
Absolutely.
it. And I tell you, since I've been lieutenant governor and traveling the world, this has been such a valuable tool in our toolbox, luring people here. And the great thing about it is when they come to Louisiana, especially international visitors, they look to see all of the state. And there's something exciting happening in every corner. The tamale fest, the crawfish, the watermelon. Tell me some of your favorites.
Oh gosh,
That's
a
so
hard
hard
one.
to pick certain ones.
Well, of course, I have to kind of give a plug for one of my festivals because it's in April. It's the Battle of Pleasant Hill reenactment. We're one of the largest Civil War reenactments in the state. So, of course, I love my own event. But then there's Ponchatoula Strawberry that's coming up, Louisiana Crawfish, Breaux Bridge Crawfish. There's so many wonderful events across the state. So it's really hard to pick favorites.
And the thing that I really love is that we try to give, and we do, hire a lot of local band and musicians.
Yes.
And they've been hit extremely hard in this shutdown, getting no work. And I know the fairs and festivals, y'all highlight and give them a lot of work, and that's really special.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, so many fairs and festivals have so much music planned throughout, and some of them have specifications, such as Breaux Bridge Crawfish Festival. You have to be, I think it's a Zydeco music
Yes,
band.
they have
only
certain-
allow a certain genre of music. So it's really neat because you can fit and hit any genre depending on where you go.
See, I learned something new today. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've been to that and love the Zydeco
Yeah.
music. I didn't know that was all they played there.
Yes.
But that's great because you can go where the food, the music.
Yes.
And I tell you, something else I've always been impressed with is the arts and crafts. So many talented people making so many things.
Yes.
And every year there seems to be a new family that created something new that they sell at one of these fairs and festivals that you can't get anywhere else.
Yep. And that's one really cool thing about our organization is we do have fair and festival members, but we also have resources for our members that include a carnival branch, an associate branch, and an entertainment branch. So we really try to work as an organization with not only bands and carnivals and those arts and crafts vendors and things like that. We are kind of a one-stop shop for
Yes.
fairs and festivals. So we all have to work together in order to make our event successful. So we all try to just kind of work in the same vein to provide our members with some resources.
And I think that's what we were talking about earlier about trying to get the 411, that the ones that aren't members to
Right.
join. You know, we speak with a lot of voice. We have more
Yes.
political clout, but it also gives you the resources you need to share those great bands, vendors. And it also helps us when we take your website and push it out there across the country and the world, where people can download, look at all the fairs and festivals you have in your
Yes.
brochure. It truly represents all 411 if we can get all of them to join and be a part of the great organization. I think it's like $75 to join.
Yes,
So
that's it.
that's probably the cheapest membership. That one party that y'all had in Baton Rouge was worth the $75.
Yes, our convention's so much fun.
Well, you always dress up. You always have a theme. When I walked in to see the scoreboard with my
Yes.
name above the scoreboard was really kind of neat. but to see everybody take on a different act or celebrity, it's just pretty special, the passion in that room. So this year we're expecting record crowds.
Yes.
I know many of the fairs and festivals didn't have the budget they normally have simply because of being shut down for 2 years. And that's why the Office of Tourism has stepped up and not only offered grant money matching, but full grant money to promote every fair and festival. Because the restaurants, the shops, and attractions in every town are going to really need our help to make it. And there's one thing that will draw them to the community, and that's the fairs and festivals.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all for being with me today. I look forward to making as many as I can this year.
Yes.
Great.
I said I'm going to try to make them all, but as many as I can. We'll be right back after this. We'll be at the Water Institute to talk trash.
Hi, I'm James J. Reese, Rex official. It's the 150th anniversary of Rex, the King of Carnival. Visit the Presbyterian Museum to see costumes and gowns, never-before-seen crown jewels, a parade float, and much, much more. Rex, the 150th anniversary of the School of Design exhibit is open now. Visit to learn about Rex, the King of Carnival.
Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime exhibit at the Presbyterian Museum on historic Jackson Square. Visit LouisianaMuseums.com for tickets and more information. Hail Rex!
Where else can you kayak under a canopy of moss-draped trees or cozy up in the nook of a towering cypress? Ride horseback down winding trails. Go with the flow of a lazy river. Bike the path less traveled. Where else can you be a world away, so close to home?
Louisiana State Parks, we're ready for your adventure.
Where else can you take the trail less traveled at a pace all your own? Where else? Escape to one of Louisiana's 21 state parks for a picture-perfect getaway.
Where else can you be a world away and this close to home? Visit one of our 21 state parks all over Louisiana.
Let's go to the state park. There are 21 of them, you know. And state parks have biking and hiking, tubing, and we can even ride horses. Or we can go exploring and even swim by a beach. They have cabins, really nice ones, with long fishing piers.
Don't forget to tell them about the discounts.
Oh yeah, book 3 nights and we get the 4th night free.
Great job.
Thanks.
Louisiana State Parks, we're ready for your adventure. Welcome back to Louisiana Travel Show. I'm here with Susan Russell. We're here at the beautiful Water Institute, and we're here for the first Litter Summit. Susan, very impressed with the team here today to fight litter. Tell us a little bit about where we're going.
Yeah, we're going to clean up Louisiana. It's been an exciting day, hasn't it been? We've had the governor, the lieutenant governor, all of the cabinet heads, and just a room full of people who are so passionate about Louisiana. And so, along with Keep Louisiana Beautiful, chaired by the lieutenant governor, we are going to start cleaning up Louisiana. Today marks that day, right, for the change that we have been advocating for so long.
You know, Susan, I want to commend you on your efforts over the years with little or no budget. The governor's already put $1.5 million extra in the budget to get started. We're going to have a commission back, a report back on his desk July 1. But today starts us engaging the public. Everybody can clean up their area. We're going to have some new tools in our toolbox to have the sheriffs and state police here on enforcement, Department of Transportation on cleaning up the interstates, how we spend that money or better spend that money to make sure we're cleaning up. It's going to take everyone. But if we put some of these policies in place, and you also brought in an expert who I've learned so much today from, and she's done an incredible job. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So we brought in Cecile. She's been a good friend of ours for a long time, and she is one of the premier experts in the country. And for her to be spending the day with us today meant a lot. And not only is she just going to be spending the day with us, but she's going to stay with us for the next 4 or 5 months and really help this task force and make sure that we're hitting all the marks, not forgetting anything, and that what we produce for the governor come July 1 is a wonderful plan moving forward, identifies those quick things that we can see noticeable results right away, and also plans for the things that will set us off for a new path of permanently cleaning up Louisiana.
You know, so many ideas have come into me personally just since we talked about this and had the press conference. I know we want to include, you've done a great job including the universities. We want the high schools, the key clubs, the Rotaries, everyone to take ownership of this. And I know we're going to be upping our game with the website. Give us the website where they can go to get involved and learn more about what they can do.
KeepLouisianaBeautiful.org. We have a ton of resources and ways that we can plug people in, from taking the pledge to going out and cleaning up your spot on the fourth Saturday of every month, to join us at Love the Boot Week in April.
Yeah, and listen, if you, we want to get more private donors involved. You know, people don't mind donating when they see their money going to a good cause. Some of the corporate donors can write it off. It's a nonprofit partnering with our office to make sure that money gets out there making a difference in the community. And we're going to be looking to up our game and getting those private donors to match grants for schools, for education, for all the things we need to do to be successful. I like to tell people failure is not an option in this. We've got to do this. You clean up your house when you invite friends and family over. As we open our doors back up to the world, we absolutely got to clean up our house here in Louisiana so those people will come, will see the beautiful sportsman's paradise, and keep coming back.
You're right. And I've been preaching for years now, is that, you know, this is not a problem that will be solved just by volunteers. We'll never pick up our way out of this problem. So to see here all of our agencies and representation from municipalities and parishes and enforcement all stepping up and understanding that we each have a role and a responsibility.
Right. We passed a law a few years ago that you have to teach leader education in school. We want to up that a little bit. Hopefully include the DARE officers to give out litter bags and really get our kids involved. That'll be so important. Susan, I want to thank you for your efforts.
Thank you.
You have been passionate about this for years. Finally, you've got the whole state behind you, partnering with all the municipalities and the elected officials. We can get this done. So thanks for being here. Look forward to working with you. And we'll be right back to talk about the Atchafalaya Basin, another place we want to keep clean in Louisiana.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at LouisianaTravel.com.
Welcome back. And let me ask you to please help us clean up Louisiana. I'd say keep Louisiana beautiful, But after COVID, we really got our work to do to clean up this state. We can do it if we all work together. And as far as I'm concerned, failure is not an option. So help us keep Louisiana beautiful. The fourth Saturday of every month is Cleanup Day. Join the team and let's get Louisiana back to being beautiful. And now I have Justin with me, who has done an incredible job of managing the Atchafalaya Basin and all the wonderful things there. Tell us how things are going and what's some of the highlights going on in this beautiful one place in the world right here in Louisiana. It's so beautiful.
It is. It's the largest freshwater swamp in North America, and when you think about the last 2 years and all of the emphasis on social distancing, there's no better place to social distance than one of the most vast swamps in North America, right? There is so much to do and so much to see in and around the basin, and there's so much kind of emphasis on outdoor learning opportunities through science and through nature education. So you can go up to Avoyelles Parish to Spring Bayou Wildlife Management Area, or you can go all the way down to St. Mary Parish and spend time out near the mouth of the Atchafalaya River at the Gulf of Mexico. There's so many great opportunities here in the basin.
You know, I know when the last tour I took there, going in those trees, you feel like you go back hundreds of years. Those huge trees in that shadow, and just the incredible knowledge of those swamp tours and the history they teach you, things I didn't learn in school. And I know several years ago, before COVID, we put out markers for those people that can or may not want to go out in a boat, those land markers throughout that teach you so much, points of interest where you can go read and download and look at all the things from that viewpoint that's going on from land.
Yeah, we put out the Water Heritage Trail, which tells the story of how important water is to the development of our culture and our natural environment here in South Louisiana. And if you go to atchafalaya.org, you can check out the link for the Water Heritage Trail, and there's these great signs that have all kinds of historical information and natural information, and it ties you into where you are, and so you can understand how vast this place really is.
Right, you know, everybody kind of takes it for granted when they come in or out of Louisiana. On the interstate there, you're not supposed to be looking out in the marsh. I find it hard not to gaze out there when the sun's setting and those beautiful cypress trees. And I know there's many structures out there throughout the swamps and the alligators and all the wildlife. It's probably one of the top places to bird watch. I know we've got some incredible footage that you're going to share with us that of the eagles there. And I know we get a lot of bird watchers come to the Atchafalaya Basin.
Yes, sir. We have a huge diversity of birds in the Atchafalaya Basin. In fact, we have everything from small, tiny warblers to herons to roseate spoonbills to bald eagles. In fact, we have some footage here that we're going to show of bald eagle tours in Gibson, Louisiana.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I never saw a bald eagle as a kid here, never. And I lived in the, there you go, there he is. So they're everywhere, and it's gorgeous, awesome to see.
We're in Gibson, Louisiana, which kind of borders Terrebonne and St. Mary Parish. And these eagles are here because of the environment to nest, but they're here because of the food. They're here because the work of good people is generating other benefits besides flood protection.
This is one of the best area of nests that I know of in Terrebonne, Lafourche, and St. Mary Parish, all the way into Assumption Parish. We have probably over 300 eagles nests all in this area.
This is an ecosystem that is irreplaceable, and we're working on trying to maintain and sustain and restore as much as we can. And you can see why it's so important, not just to this region, but to the nation. And I think there are things that are in place right now that the state is leading the effort in coastal restoration, not here, things that other states are replicating because of the advancements we're doing here. There's a lot more that needs to be done, but we're demonstrating that we can restore and sustain this region.
People can relate to the bald eagle all over the United States, and it can kind of be our ambassador to say that, you know, this is a land worth protecting, and this is something that we should all be working towards.
I think it's not only attractive to just to be here and live here and always just grow up down here, but it's also important that people come and see how valuable this is just to the whole nation.
That was pretty incredible. I can't wait to go take that tour myself. Give us that website one more time.
Check out atchafalaya.org. There's tons of information about places to see and things to do.
Look forward to it. Listen, we'll be right back with Louisiana Historical Sites. There's a lot to see here in Louisiana.
Hi, I'm James J. Reese, Rex Official. It's the 150th anniversary of Rex, the King of Carnival. Visit the Presbyterian Museum to see costumes and gowns, never-before-seen crown jewels, a parade float, and much, much more. Rex, the 150th anniversary of the School of Design exhibit is open now. Visit to learn about Rex, the King of Carnival.
Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime exhibit at the Presbyterian Museum on historic Jackson Square. Visit LouisianaMuseums.com for tickets and more information. Hail Rex!
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit LouisianaTravel.com and plan your getaway today.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser with an important message about helping after the disasters. Volunteer Louisiana has a database on the best way to directly reach those in need. Find out how and where to give your time, talent, and resources. Make the connection. Go to volunteerlouisiana.gov now and show your support and help out a fellow Louisianan. Welcome back. I'm here with Ray, who runs our historical sites for the state park system. Ray, glad to have you with us. Tell us some of the significant things about the historical sites.
Lieutenant Governor, it is an honor to be here to talk about our historic sites today. We have within our system an array of sites where the visitor and school groups and families can experience the entire realm of Louisiana's history. We have pre-colonial Native American mound sites, one of the most important sites in North America, a World Heritage Site, Poverty Point. We have French colonial sites, Fort St. John Baptiste, Spanish colonial at Los Adayas. We have sites that talk about our Creole heritage and culture, like Longfellow Evangeline. We have antebellum plantations, Audubon State Historic Site. We have Rosedown Plantation. We have Civil War sites such as Mansfield, which was the site of the last Confederate victory. And of course, Port Hudson, one of the most significant Civil War sites in the country because it was the site where the first African American troops were used in combat by the United States Army.
You know, I've learned so much going to these sites as Lieutenant Governor, and what I'm excited about, you know, we've got people to fan out all over Louisiana. It's been a challenge getting people way up to the northeast corner to Poverty Point. Now with Viking Cruise Line, we just signed a deal with them. They'll be stopping there.
I'm so glad you mentioned Viking because as we both know, that the tourism industry is vital to rebuilding Louisiana's economy. And riverboat tours are an important part of that. And Viking is like the level to reach up to. Viking is nothing but the first class experience in riverboat tours. And they have honored us with identifying 3 sites in our system that they will be starting to send visitors to coming this June. Poverty Point, Audubon State Historic Site, as well as Rosedown Plantation.
I actually greeted some of the visitors from the American Cruise Line, another great cruise line on the Mississippi River, and we're looking at several more sites. And it gives us a chance because we know the best tool in our toolbox for tourism is word of mouth. And some of these historical sites like Poverty Point and Rosedown, the teams that work there do such an incredible job of teaching that history, and that's what excites me.
Thank you, thank you. Interpretive programming is so vital to our historic site experience. It's establishing that connection between the historic site that is in the community with the lives of the people today. So we're all about trying to make that connection, and we do that through cooking demonstrations, house tours, historic house tours, and even battle reenactments, where we have reenactors from all over the country that will come and participate in our reenactments.
I've been so impressed with some of the reenactments that I've gone to, the passion and love that the people that participate, they live it, they really have a love and passion for it. Tell us some of the things going forward that we can look forward to with the historical sites. I know because of our private-public partnership and the record-breaking numbers we've seen this last year, and now that we have state parks actually making money, we're going to have more money to reinvest in these sites. And y'all have got some really neat things planned.
Partnerships are so vital. To give you an example, this year is the bicentennial of the establishment of Fort Jessup in Manny, Louisiana. And I believe you were just at the recent inaugural event.
Incredible event, great crowds, great people, and
but the point to make there is that, and we're going to have events throughout the year at Fort Jessup, but we can only do this through our partnerships, such as with the Cane River National Heritage Area. We have, they're partnering with us also at Los Adias. We have at Audubon State Historic Site, which this year is the 75th anniversary, important friends groups, such as the Friends of Oakley, which are vital as well to making sure that the programming there is first rate and that these parks and historic sites can continue to thrive in the community.
And one thing I love is because of the improvements with adding direct sewage at our state parks, improved cabins and bath facilities, we're seeing more and more visitors stay at the state parks and actually go visit these historical sites because it's closer to those sites. You guys are doing a great job. If there's anything we can do, I know we're working on some new friends groups with the historical sites and state parks to get more people involved, and your team has done an incredible job.
Thank you.
Building this system back up has just been a tough thing with the budget cuts in the past years, but I'm just so proud of the team at the historical sites and state parks. Y'all have done a great job.
Thank you. And the most significant thing that we can do now, I feel, is just to continue to get the word out there that these historic sites are significant, they are worthy of preservation and interpretation, and just get the citizens of Louisiana to experience what we have to offer. And the best way to find out about upcoming programs, of course, is www.lastateparks.com. And there you can find a wealth of information about what's going on at our historic sites and why they're so significant to the state of Louisiana.
And you know, we're going to be going out and filming many of these sites and putting them on social media, because I know if you see what's offered there, people are going to want to go. Thank you so much for your dedication.
Thank you. It was an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
We'll see you next month with a lot of great new things going on right here in Louisiana.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in next time as we explore more of what Louisiana has to offer. In the meantime, visit LouisianaTravel.com, your place to find trip ideas, events, recipes, and so much more. And while you're there, be sure to order your free Sunshine Magazine, the official inspiration guide for your Louisiana vacation.